Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you're well. So what I've got is my choose your own adventure story plan, and what I'm kind of doing is typing up my sketch. My sketch is here and it's rough and ready, but it doesn't really help me understand at a glance where my decisions are and where my processes are. So this is my story, what do you want to do today? And I've got my story written out until I reach my monsters and my crocodile-headed demon god. So in the beginning, I've got my processes and my decisions. So let's go and have a look at my story plan. And I've got what do you want to do today, mind your own business, survive the earthquake, and then in here I've got my process of what you want to do today, and this is check my mail. So what does this look like? Well, I start off with a terminator, which is just another day. What do you want to do today? And then I've got several options that come off here. And so in here, I want to go and put my check my email. And in this process here, it goes into a process box, and I don't really have a decision here because it's a step through. So my story goes just another day, which is a terminator, so I have these at the beginning and at the end. And so this here is the end to. So this is a termination. This is a terminal or a terminus. So I go from just another day, which is the start, and then bad news, an enormously large overdue cable bill, ... You feel helpless, go back to bed, just another day. And my player then just goes, oh, well, that's not much of a story. And you have to go back through your story and start again and make a different decision. Okay? So this one seems infinitely more exciting. Survive the earthquake. If I can say that properly. Survive the earthquake. A great gaping rift opens in the crust and you fall and swallows you whole. Here, along the way, my decision is another process. Now, you've got choices now. Over here, I've got my three main types. I've got my process, my decision, and my terminator. So this is actually not the end. This is my process. So what I'm going to go and do is drag this in. And this is why we want to use lucid charts, because you can go and drag them in and edit them. So if you were in Google Slides, you would have to keep making these shapes, which is a bit annoying. So this way you can just go and drag things in and then you can edit them later with the colors. So my process here is this. So I'm going to go and double click this and I'm going to cut this out. If I wanted to put it back in, you can see as I hover my mouse over here and I click, I can go and edit this process, and I can also pull my lines wherever I need to go. Okay, so I'm going to go and double click this. I'm going to go and paste in my "you die in the soul and your soul rises to the heavens." Okay, which is kind of what I want. And when I drag this in now, it's going to automatically align my process in here. So I now need to go and make a decision. I've got three options mostly on this decision. I'm going to go back into my story. You die and you rise to the heavens, you come to a path. Okay, so I've got these processes here, and then I can choose. Do you choose path going left, or do I choose my path going right? So let's go and check this out. So I'm going to go and delete this one because my decision is going to be down here somewhere. You die and your soul rises to the heavens. Follow on, you come to a path. Let's go and put this in. Let's go and put a process in and drag that in. You come to a path. You come to a path. Done. You can bring this now back to your central part of your story, because around here, this is the flow of your story. So on here, you'll notice as well that it allows you to draw your lines. And do you go left or right? So these are your questions now. So next, I'm going to go and pull out a left and right. Go and pull that left and right. If I could right, if I could type properly. And then here I'm going to go left. Left path, right path. Done. Pop it back into my sketch, into my story. It's only a dream. You go back to bed. Okay, so only a dream. Only a dream. And I go back to bed. Just another day. Let's go put back, go back to bed. Go back to bed. Done. Now what I can do now is I can go and pull that in here and join them all up. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing, because my next step is then to go back to Google Slides. Okay, so I can go back into my Google Slides and it should link up. Let's go back to my Choose Your Own Adventure. It should be saved. I'll go to my add-ons, make sure my insert diagram, and my Choose Your Own Adventure should be in my saved diagrams. They will link up together. Have a little bit of a think. My diagrams, Choose Your Own Adventure story plan. Okay, and that's what I want to go and add to my story. Okay, so I'm going to go and insert this into my slide. And if I go and stretch this out a wee touch, there's the start of my story. And then later on, as it goes into the left path, I can now go and in here, you perish in quicksand. When you go right, you are confronted by a levitating crocodile-headed demon god. You fall to your knees in awestruck despair, and your story carries on. Okay, that is going to be in here. It's going to be in my other slides. So that's how it works. You have terminals, decisions, and you've got processes going along your options from your terminals and processes going on in square boxes. Okay, so ovals, beginning and end of decisions, processes, and your decisions as you go along from your questions that stay inside your rhombuses. Right, time for you to have a go yourselves. Good luck.